Half-Life 1 is a game, a very good game, and arguably one of the most essential games of all time. It's also a very funny game. For example, Callum,
What?
you were standing scarily close.
If you say one more fuck.
Now, LEGO seems to have some friendly ties to Valve from their LEGO Dimensions Portal expansion, but Half-Life seems like a franchise that may be left unblessed by the LEGO style, and that's just my interpretation because it's blacklisted on LEGO Ideas. And that's why today, I've got 4 custom sets that I've designed based on some memorable moments in Half-Life 1. It's a bit different from my normal stuff, but trust me, stick around. I do also want to say this is very much inspired by Brickaniac. Check out his videos if you haven't already, he's great. First set, the Break Room. This set would come in at a humble 216 pieces and contain 2 minifigs. Let's get this box open and show you the set. But before we discuss the details of the build, we're going to talk about the figs. First up is Dr. Gordon Freeman, out of his H.E.V suit, relaxing before his inevitable journey. He's got that nice whipped back hair and reddish brown with a stern expression. I went with a full beard, which isn't 100% accurate, but I think it conveys what's essential about Gordon. Lord knows I'm not giving him that damn ponytail. He's also wearing a white lab coat, which has a name tag labelled Freeman. He's also wearing the blue and red striped tie, and dual moulded lab coattail and khaki legs. The second fig is Dr. Isaac Kleiner, although it could also technically be Dr. Magnussen or half of the scientists at Black Mesa. He too wears those ridiculous ties, along with a white lab coat labelled Kleiner, as well as the same dual moulded legs. Now, let's get on to the set, which is a handful of fun little details. First off is the black and light yellow checkered floor, giving it a well-used, aged look. Next is the microwave, which once again appears to have malfunctioned, ruining another hard-working scientist's meal. Next to that are the 2 vending machines. These were really fun to build and surprisingly easy to recreate, as the original 90s graphics kept my referencing quite simple. Next on the wall is the corkboard, where I'm sure there are very important science notes on. And finally, a seat and table, where Gordon can enjoy what appears to be a delicious strawberry-based dessert. Circling back to the box before we move on, the set number for this set is 191198, which is the release date for Half-Life 1, the 19th of November 1998. The other sets will also correspond to important days in the Half-Life series, which I'll mention accordingly. Let's get to the next set. This is We Got Hostiles. This is based on level 5 of the game and sits at 398 pieces. It contains 3 minifigures and a brand new and very important piece. Let's get this open and talk about these figs first. Right, up first is Gordon Freeman, kitted out in the H.E.V suit. The figure has the same head and hair as his casual figure, but of course he is equipped with the iconic H.E.V suit, printed on a stone grey base with metallic accents and orange unprinted arms. He wears black gloves and a fully printed waist and front printed legs, all with metal accenting to make the character stand out even more. He is of course holding his iconic red crowbar. There are 2 of the next figure, being H.E.C.U Soldiers. These guys are sent into Black Mesa to kill the scientists after the resonance cascade, but Gordon mows through them like I mow through CSGO comp lobbies. They're equipped with a large black mask with a green visor. In the games they wear gas masks, but I've decided to keep the custom models to an absolute minimum for these sets. And I feel the big headgear actually gives it the old video game vibe. They're also wearing black and white camo from head to toe, along with a green and grey printed combat vest, and they're equipped with a Star Wars blaster to mimic a scoped weapon. Finally are the new molded piece, the Headcrab. There are 3 in this set, but they will get a much cooler appearance in the next set. So let's break down this set. Starting at the top, there's quite an intricate vent build, which I think turned out really striking in the end, and I'm sure that collectors would love to have that many pieces in that silver coloration. This set captures the snake-like design of Half-Life levels, leading through this S-shaped passage around these two strangely placed fences. The room is also cluttered with some brand new wooden grate pieces, along with two explosive crates which are built on Lego dice pieces in orange. You'll notice that behind Gordon is a turret trigger, which, as conveyed by the plant and the antennae piece in transparent orange, has clearly set the turret off. Around the door frames are some really fun red and white stripes that I think add a really nice pop of colour to the whole set. Finally, 3 head crabs scatter the room, ready to pound— sorry, I'm just rereading my script and I wrote pound, I meant to say pounce. Ready to pounce on our man Gordon. As you may be able to tell, these sets definitely lean towards a more diorama-centric look, and that will be no different for the other 2 sets. This set number also is 161104, which is the release date of Half-Life 2, the 16th of November 2004. Before we move on to number 3, I just want to say thank you for already watching this far, and to remind you to, do the YouTuber commands, like comment, subscribe, like, you know the gist. If you're enjoying it, if you like this type of content, I might do more, but you gotta let me know by commenting. Also, if you want to support me, I do have a Patreon. There's not really any benefits, it's just a support thing, but it can go a long way. I'm gonna shut up, let's go to number 3. This is Office Complex. This set sits pretty at 524 pieces, and has got some of my favourite details out of any set. You know the drill, let's get this box open. Once again, we have Gordon. He will remain the same. He's kind of the proverbial fig like Batman has become for DC sets. Man, DC sets fell off. However, the other 2 figs are most definitely different. Number 1, we have Barney Calhoun, a character you meet very early in Half-Life. He is a security guard at Black Mesa, and he looks the part. Equipped with a royal blue and black police helmet, Barney uses Kite Man's face print for those iconic eyebrows, a royal blue police shirt with nougat hands, on top of which lie a black printed security vest. This features the Black Mesa logo and Barney's name tag, as well as the word security in yellow on his back. He is also wearing dual molded blue trousers and boots. He holds a black pistol, just in case he needs to shoot something. Something like the second figure, a Headcrab Zombie. And not just any Headcrab Zombie. This is the now zombified body of Dr. Gabe Newell. Of course, named after the iconic Gabe Newell of Valve, who created Half-Life, of course. He wears a recolored zombie head print in sand red, which I think is a gross enough color to get away with the almost gory violence. He wears a tattered white lab coat with a chipped Newell name tag over a messy Aperture Science tee, as well as sand red hands. He also sports triple molded and printed legs, featuring a beaten up lab coat and jeans. Now let's talk about this set. We'll begin with this green carpeted section over here, using a fat stack of olive and sand green triangle tiles to make that striped pattern. On the left side, there is an HEV station and a first aid station. I had a blast making these, man. Figuring out how to represent them was really enjoyable, and I think that they turned out great. Next to that is a desk with an opening to the hallway and a neat little filing cabinet, as well as a silver door and door frame. Above these are 3 small vents. In the hallway there are 2 silver platforming boxes, one for simple jumps and one for harder to reach areas. They're placed against the hallway walls on the once again checkered floor. At the end of the hallway there is a red door and a plaque reading Dr. Newell, Scheduled Chaos Theory R&D, which is a direct reference to an area in the game. The door appears to be blocked, but next to it is another metal box and an openable window. This leads into a flooded lab, much like one that appears in the game. If Gordon does a little platforming, or just does a little trolling and takes the damage from the electrified water, he'll find himself a shotgun and 2 grenades. Back out into the main area there is another red door, presumably to another big hallway, a corkboard, a really cozy looking sofa, a tall lamp with blue lampshade, and of course, 3 more headcrabs. The set number for this one is 10606, or the 1st of June 2006, the release date of Half-Life 2 Episode 1. And finally, the biggest of them all, the Resonance Cascade, also known as the Test Chamber, the Anti-Mess Spectrometer, or Anomalous Materials, whatever you want to call it. This set sits at a whopping 1,126 pieces, with a giant footprint just larger than a 32 by 32 base plate. Let's get this final box open and have a look at these figures. Once again, we have Mr. Gordon. Get out of here, you
lousy motherfucker. Get your dork ass down to the test chamber or else I will shove the sample up your ass.
Next up, here's Dr. Harold Coomer. Yep. He also shares a resemblance with a good portion of the Black Mesa staff. He uses the swept back receding hair as well as a dashing mustache with a worried expression, and a striking resemblance to Albert Einstein. He has a near identical body to Dr. Kleiner, but he does have a unique torso with the memorable name tag, Coomer. Next is Dr. Eli Vance, before the Combine or the Nihilinth or any of that definitely not traumatizing stuff. He uses the receding hairline piece in black, a wise expression, and a slightly different lab coat design, wearing a Brickwood University sweater over his shirt and tie. And of course, he has a name tag labeled Vance. And for our final figure, we have the G-Man. Stuttering, mysterious, and powerful, G-Man stalks Gordon throughout Half-Life, making sure he's keeping up appearances at
Black Mesa. Black Mesa. Black Mesa. Black Mesa.
He is rocking the iconic Dracula/Joker hairpiece in black, as well as a neat and tidy blue suit with a black suitcase. He also has a very unique face print with sharp, beady blue irises on these white eyes with a black base, giving him a very alien appearance. Now, let me get onto this mammoth of a set. Starting in the middle is the iconic shape of the anti-mass spectrometer, and while its angled shape more might be quite interesting, I think the main focus is definitely on the laser beam, which might be a little wobbly if it was real, but it can rotate and keep balance at all times in theory. It uses a combination of various connectors and axle rods in transparent yellow and orange, as well as transparent lightsaber hilts, yellow lightning bolts, and energy beams. I mostly built this based off this screenshot, and I think I've captured it quite well. At the base of the machine is an angular floor design, centered by the hazard-marked track, in which sits a cart and gem that will cause the impending resonance cascade. This of course can be rolled towards the spectrometer. Looking to the right, there is a large metal door with a small hallway on the outside. This could be a place where you could put G-Man to observe Gordon's activities. Looking at the back wall, which sits snugly in these sleek angles that I'm really proud I managed to pull off, there are two brown platforms linked by a long ladder. At the top is the switch used to start the rotors on the machine. In between the two platforms is a window where Dr. Coomer and Dr. Vance can observe through. The set isn't done yet though. Spinning round to the back are two more little details. The top section is a small lab build for the scientists to stand and watch. There are a lot of panels, screens, and servo-looking things for decoration. But below it is something I added on a whim when trying to fill empty space, which of course is the ever-recognizable valve. Simple and a nice detail, it's accompanied by a plaque that commemorates the studio. Finally, the set number for this is 10-10-7, which is the 10th of October 2007 and the release date of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. So that's it. 4 custom LEGO Half-Life sets that will probably never get made. But I hope you like them as much as I had amazing fun making them. Do you think I should make more? If you do, then comment. Seriously, comment. Because I might. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. Check out my animations on my channel before you leave, if you don't subscribe, that is. Once again, check out the Patreon if you're feeling generous. Till next time.